Interesting.
Hypocritical. But
it's a different age. And, a lot of people blame LeBron James, especially in the NBA, because growing up, a lot of guys looked up to Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant and just that tenacity and that will and that hatred. And LeBron's not like that. LeBron's let's have fun. Let's joke around.
I've been to 22 All-Star games.
No, I'm not saying that this time. I'm saying his whole career span. He jokes around with the other team. He doesn't want to kill the other team.
That's BS because all the players always joked around. The only difference is you don't have cameras that's all in their grills.
I don't know. Michael Jordan and those guys used to get after it. Magic Johnson.
Right. They went after it. And then afterwards, they would go to the casinos and gamble and solicit girls and all that stuff.
But on the court, they were tough, man. They were nasty.
So let me ask you this. You don't think D-Wade and LeBron weren't going at each other when Cleveland and Miami were playing against each other?
I think they were.
Okay. I think what it is, people say they got to stop doing that because they got to stop acting like their era. We got to start acting like.
But LeBron, he has taken it to a new level where he's joking around in the game and talking to the opponent.
Dude, they all do that. That's the thing. That's what I'm saying.
Do you remember when the Knicks and the Bulls used to play in the playoffs back with Michael Jordan? He was nasty as hell.
That's BS. That's absolutely.
So they were
BS.
Joking around and having
fun. They were. Patrick Ewing and Jordan were joking around. They've been best friends for the longest. Have the same age.
They never got into it on the court. Never. It was Michael Jordan infuriated on the court going crazy.
When he go at Pat?
All the time. Well, no, I'm talking about
okay then.
game.
So stop that.
I'm not stopping that. I'm being real.
Stop acting then because you were like, yo,
so LeBron's hard all the time.
No, I'm not saying LeBron's hard all the time.
That's what I'm asking you.
No, but none of these guys are hard all the time. Stop that.
They are hard. Michael Jordan had that.
Get out of here. BS with that. You guys are so wrapped on some stupidness, bro. They were friends. They were always friends. So my dick. Here's how I got you now. You're in the corner. No, don't tell me that. So Magic and Isaiah weren't going after each other?
They were.
But they kissed each other right before the game, right?
Of course. When the game starts.
So what?
It was game mode.
So what? But they're talking to each other.
Just a different
they don't
game.
talk to each other during the free throw line?
It's a different game mode now. Where you don't try to hate and kill. LeBron, he's out there just having a good time.
A game mode. Man, you guys, whatever. All right, man.
You sure? Because the Kachuk brothers sure went at it. Was that game mode? Was that being friendly? Was that having fun? No. Sometimes people get after it.
And that's a sport where you get after it.
Basketball is like that.
No, it's
Football
not.
is like that.
No, with basketball, out of all the sports, you're not. No.
When you played, you didn't go out there and have that killer instinct.
You play basketball. You go right, and I talk trash to my friends, and I joked with my friends while doing it.
Yeah, in a break in the action, yeah. But
so then, what are you telling me then?
I'm telling you, LeBron can be soft at times when it comes to the game time.
Oh God,
you don't think?
No, well, I just think he plays the game. That's what I think. Like all the players do, like every player do. So when you play against your friends, guess what, Dan? If I was playing you, I would butt your ass and talk trash to you and kid with you.
That's fine.
So what? But you're gonna call me soft for that?
No, I'm not saying that.
Oh, right.
I'm
So what are you saying?
Different style now.
There's not. What do you mean different style?
Man, you put Kobe and LeBron next to each other, game style different. You put Michael Jordan's game style different. You put
that. Yo, I swear to you, you guys have this idea that these players back in the days never chilled with each other, so you can go at someone. The way you go at somebody is the way you go at the person. But don't come and tell me that, this person's nuts aggressive because he does it with a smile. Magic was smiling all over your faces, but he was busting your ass and still talking trash and still joking with you.
Yeah.
So then it's like,
but they were going at it. There weren't fist fights back then. There wasn't all types of craziness back then. When do you see a fist fight?
You know what I hate about y'all? I'm going to tell you another thing I hate about y'all. Yeah, you saying that. So you guys want physical, and then when it happens, oh, man, no, guys. No. You know what? I mean, I love the aggression, but no. What do you think happens when aggression meets aggression?
When did I say that?
No, I'm just talking about everybody.
Everybody?
I'm just talking about what happens when you think aggression meets aggression?
You get in a fight.
Oh, but that's what you want, right?
No, I don't want anything other than just a good game and maybe some aggression going back and forth.
But you want aggression, don't you?
I do, yeah.
So what happens when aggression meets aggression? What happens when disrespect meets disrespect?
What's wrong with getting in a fight?
Cool. I want you to keep that.
I don't mind it.
I want you to keep that.
If it's organic, I don't mind fights.
I want you to keep. I want you to keep that effing energy. I just want you to keep that.
Hockey's different because
I want you to keep that energy because if a fight happens, and be like, yeah, man, you know what, guys, That's wrong. You gotta have better control of yourself.
Minutes ago.
You have to have better control of yourself.
Jimmy Butler was threatening to beat up Eric Spoelstra, and Udonis Haslem was coming around trying to beat his ass and said, "I'll kick your ass."
Okay,
that was one of my favorite Jimmy Butler moments with the Heat.
That's team turmoil. I'm not talking about team turmoil. I'm talking about when opposing teams go against each other. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. All right, and everybody, you just said, "Oh, like this guy." You brought up Bron. You said Michael, and I'm like, "Yo, guys need to stop doing that. Guys need to stop thinking." I do this a lot. I'm always thinking my era is better than everybody.
No. I didn't say that.
Listen, let me finish.
Okay, I'm
always gonna think my era is better. So guess what? The basketball in my era was better than basketball. People think that. That's the mentality that they have, and they need to stop doing that. They gotta evolve with the game. Guarantee y'all talking about all of this. Guess what? I bet you the game wasn't like the game in the 90s wasn't like the game in the 60s. Okay, and the game in the 90s is not going to be the game in the 20s.
Now, maybe I don't remember this correctly, though. I have no problem with today's age game. I love all sports at all times, but maybe I'm remembering this incorrectly. Were there as many injuries in the 90s or the 80s as there are now? Because it seems like it's a pandemic going around with injuries, and maybe it's just because I'm dealing with it now. But
Axam Bowie, how injuries were?
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Ralph Sampson.
I'm asking.
Yeah,
it was as bad.
Guess what? Injuries is part. Injuries going to happen in sports. All right.
But I mean, of course,
I
remember as I looked through rose-colored glasses and in a faulty camera in my mind, I was like, man, people never got injured back in the day, which is got to be blatantly wrong.
Absolutely,
people got injured all the time.
Absolutely. Sure. So that's why when people are saying, "Oh, the game," like, stop that.
So
stop.
Is the injury rate now as high as it's always been, or around the same rate as it's always? I will
say this: if you're going to ask injury, there probably more non-contact injuries now than they are. But guess what? Things weren't focused and monitored and surveyed like it is now. Like, dude, you can see we can watch a game in 4K and all of that, and we could, this guy just messed up he tore his Achilles immediately by just the way he just pulled up. Immediately,
you can tell right away.
Where did you think we had that in the 80s? You think you had that? No, we didn't.
Well, wasn't it back then though too? Like if you blew out your knee there or your arm, there was no Tommy John. There wasn't. You're done. My cousin, he got drafted to the Detroit Tigers, tried to play at Texas A&M, threw out his arm, and they didn't have Tommy John back then. His career was over,
bro. It's like, dude,
his career was over.
But so, I just hate why people just want to pick and choose. To me, it's got to be fair and balanced all the way. Just like, we got the concussion. Yeah, cats were playing with, like Trevor said, cats were playing with concussion, giving the spelling assault.
They still do play with concussions. Joe Burrow admitted that he doesn't remember some of the games he played.
Right, and then when this concussion and the CTE was a major topic of discussion, then the game got to be saved. The game had to be monitored. And then everybody gets upset because the game, it's soft. But then when somebody gets hurt, you need nah, man. Stop being hypocritical.
No, I'm okay.
You. I'm not talking.
No. I'm just saying in general, I'm okay with adapting to the game. I'm okay with guys not bashing their brains in.
But it can't be, I want the game to be physical. And then the next night, oh my God, it's too physical.
I agree.
Or, man, they got to do something. It's got to, can't have it both ways.
Right.
It's got to be fair and balanced.
Right.
Same way. So people telling me, going back to the point, they play. No, has the game changed? Obviously, game has evolved.
Every game
evolves. But don't tell me that these people are not going out harder than the other people because at the time you were growing up and watching them, that's what you thought. Nah, that's not it. And by the way,
I was saving for tomorrow. I was going to give LeBron kudos for scoring 40.
And he scores 40 all the time. That's
40.
He scores 40 at 40 all the time. That's nothing new. Guess what?
He's only done it twice, but that's okay.
He's only been 40. He's only been 40 for like 5 weeks. But he does it all the time. It's nothing new. But what I'm saying, I'm getting sick and tired of him being blamed for everything.
No, I'll blame him for a lot of good things. This league isn't where it's at without LeBron James.
But I'm just getting come on, man. I'm sick and tired of it's an exhibition. Let me here's the other thing that
22 seasons, by the way.
No. Here's the other thing that I love.
Well, why
let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, right? So when I'm listening to these old school NBA players, like, yeah, man, they don't even give the effort anymore. I mean, we used to do it, let everybody get around, do anything they want, and then in the fourth quarter we play serious.
Well, then, what's the point?
Right? Like, wait a minute. You wait 3 quarters. You play fool around for 3 quarters, then you wait to the 4th quarter. If the game is close after all the tomfoolery in the first 3 quarters, then if the game is close, you're gonna play serious.
Yeah, no, that's not. I don't know about that.
The mentality has always been flawed.
Yeah, I mean, I believe the quality of basketball is as high as it's ever been, if not even higher than it's ever been. These guys are unbelievable. It's just,
it's just like I'm sick of it.
I think honestly, they've just worn their bodies down.
I'm sick of it. And then here's the other thing with the NHL. Yeah, y'all did good with the 4 nations, right? But are you forgetting 2 years ago? Did you like this? I loved the All-Star game in Sunrise. Did they?
No.
I liked the battle last year between Team Matthews and Team what's the kid? McDavid?
Mm-hmm. Connor McDavid.
Did they? But no. Okay, then. So what I'm saying, the NFL with the Pro Bowl.
Ugh.
After the late great Sean Taylor nearly killed that punter, nobody wanted to do anything. After Robert Edwards decapitated his knee in a beach football.
Yeah, I remember that. Man, that was terrible.
So let's stop acting like, just give them a week off. Just give them a week off.
Nah, there's too much money involved.
What money?
Sponsorship and everything.
Man.
Look, they're shooting the Starry 3-point ball. They've got the Kia dunk contest where a Kia comes out on the court. It's a car. They got all this stuff.
And how long?
This is the thing.
You've been alive for a while, right, Dan?
No.
Have you seen every dunk? What new dunk can they come up with?
Every dunk has been done.
Okay, then. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I do like that though. I'm failing to get to my point. Oh, this is the thing. For everyone that complains about all-star games and stuff like that, viewership and sponsorship is up. So,
the ratings were good?
Yeah. So if you're the NBA, you're like, so you don't like it?
Wait a minute. So the ratings were good for this last Sunday's All-Star game, even though everybody was saying it's the worst All-Star game?
Yeah, they haven't really dipped, and the sponsorship is at an all-time high. So if you're Adam Silver, you're like, okay, whatever. Like Bruce Sherman, whatever.
And then here's the other thing.
You don't like it? Okay.
Evolution of the game also means evolution of business. Them boys back in the 80s needed that money for the All-Star game.
Yeah, it was a different culture.
These boys don't need that money. They probably might be taking a cut going to the All-Star game than actually.
I know. And it's actually more of a risk.
It's more of a risk. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then what we also have to remember is this is also a business. Like, you sit there and you make it like, they're playing basketball. They're just playing games. Like, it's a business. It's their career. It's their livelihood. Yeah, what if Tyler Hero goes out there in that All-Star game and tears his ACL?
Dude, you see what's happening this weekend. Matthew Tkachuk's not playing today.
Yeah, and I'm kind of worried that the Panthers, since they had so many players in the 4 nations and didn't get that rest, there may be a little dip.
But okay, so now club is a little bit more important than country.
No.
So club is a little bit more important than country.
What happened, man?
Right? Because that was an exhibition.
Panthers will be fine.
That was it. See, that's the other exhibition. People want to be about their man. Go spend time with your family. Go take your girl out.
That is funny. Some of the OG, even baseball and stuff, they'd rather not make the All-Star team so they could spend a couple days with their family.
Yes. And God forbid, what if you say, I want to spend time with my family? Do you know they'll rip you for you? Oh, well, you missed you don't need to spend time with your family. You have the whole summer for a freaking exhibition. It's an effing exhibition.
I enjoy it. Yeah, no, right. It's a business. They don't owe you. I mean, although you are paying them in there, but yeah, it's whatever. I don't really care.
Them boys would rather take a week off and go to some island. Chill with their family or
their
side girl or
whatever.
Because
in the 70s and the 80s,
they needed that.
They needed money.
They needed to continue their cocaine habit.